I'm a housewife to myself too. We're singularies. I'm getting married next week.
Yourself?
To myself.
I'm just waiting for the live to start.
Oh,
But
I know. And I'm gonna have like a wedding dress on one side and a tuxedo on the other.
That's okay.
And I'm just gonna turn it back.
all right. So my camera is a little bit smaller on this. So
Oh, you know what? I noticed when I was watching stuff, do you want to turn it so it's landscape as opposed to up and down?
yeah, I thought about that.
I thought it just stays in.
Well, if I'm recording it in landscape, but then if people are turning their phones, it just turns it anyways, doesn't it?
No, I don't know. The app should rotate the camera.
Oh,
You know what? But you
Oh.
might have to start it like with that later.
yeah.
Test my code, but when I do, it's in prod.
Who are you? I'm Microsoft. Who
Are we
you?
live?
We are, yes, we are live now.
Oh, hey, we have to behave now.
Sorry, not sorry, Microsoft.
So yeah, I think for me it's kind of like what is your favorite blade? You kind of have to know what context because
How am I going to
I know
use it?
one of the things I struggle with, for example, is a recurve. I still have a tough time with a recurve bevel, so I tend to shy away from it. Right?
It's like over half of my designs are
right,
Yeah.
right. And you've probably gotten good at it because you do it a lot.
I understand
guess
that.
Yeah.
That's a lesson to learn is that if you don't like to do something, then do it more because
It's kind of like me with bar chords. I didn't start to get better with bar chords on my guitar
Yeah.
until I forced myself to actually do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Feel how hot that is.
Ooh, yeah.
That did get warm, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Is this thing okay?
Freaking better
Oh my
be. The
God.
amount they charge for them.
Yeah.
Maybe once it gets to 100%, it's better like to,
Hey,
That's right.
Well, it
for
was-
to go down.
It wasn't plugged in at
Yeah.
first.
That thing feels like
And then
a-
I plugged it in because I was like, it's at 100%, and I don't trust this camera after last
Yeah.
week.
I would Google that because maybe they'll take it back on warranty.
Hopefully they will.
All right, back to knives. I
Back to
apologize.
That's right.
That
Yeah.
feels like it's getting ready to
So,
go
so
super
Dan,
Dan,
one of the things I've noticed with you is like one of the things I love as a Smith is like working so closely with you guys. I can start to tell what is a Dan design, what is a
Yeah.
Santa Claus
Oh, for
design,
sure.
what is
Yeah.
a Wallace design and such. And like for you, one of the things I think about are your micro and EDC size blades.
Oh yeah, that's right. One of my
You know?
favorite knives is this
Yeah.
one. This is the one I carry every day. It's coffin handle with maple or oak. I can't even remember. Walnut. It's walnut. Walnut. My thumb fits really nice right in there.
It's just a little
I've
easy.
experimented on this thing.
Your Frankenstein
It's
knife,
it's
isn't
my
it?
Frankenstein knife. Well, this is my original Frankenstein. You can see. I don't know if you probably can't. It's hard to tell with all the oil and stuff. But I've buffed that blade down. I've hand ground it. I've put it onto stones. I've tried every different kind of way to polish that thing.
Yep, I know you did a lot of experimenting with things on that blade.
Right?
So did you work on?
lives.
Did you work on that one while doing, or did you work on your straight razor after doing that one?
No, this was before.
That was before that? Okay.
Yeah. So that's the other one that I forgot to bring is I'm working on the straight razor right now, and there's a lot of challenge to it. There really is, especially with the handle. I don't know how I'm gonna do stuff.
Is that steel of similar thickness for your straight
It's
razor?
1/8 inch.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a big one then.
I wish I had done 3/32.
Yeah.
But
Well, next one we'll try to do the
the next
hologram
one,
on.
this is totally a prototype, so
Yeah.
I have a feeling that it's gonna kind of be a little bit
You
floppy.
gotta give us an
around
update though when you actually like use it to shave.
I was thinking about that the other day. I'm
Yeah,
like,
preferably one not from the hospital though.
yeah, I'll have to do a live so somebody can call 911 if bad things happen.
Did it work? Yes, he removed half his face.
If you end up at the one up the road, we'll just call Chuck so he can bring his punch card for us.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right.
Your bed will be free. I don't know about everything else though.
I think one of my favorite things with knives and designs is not so much about the knife; it's about the learning journey, and that is like I've gotten recently, well, over the last couple of years, I've gotten a lot of blades that I've never had the opportunity to make, or just weren't on even on my radar until someone like Brian asked about them. And like the Gladius and the Pugio, I'd never done one up until that point. And then I had, and I ended up doing, well, the original run ended up being a test run. And after that, anytime I've gotten a new blade, I've decided that, let's do a test run first before we do the commission itself. And so for me, that has been amazing because, I don't know, can I do it? Let's try it.
Yeah.
Yes, I did it. And then it becomes something that I can now do.
It's like what we do in class.
Yeah.
Right?
Can I do this? I don't know. Let's give it a try.
Give it a try.
And so, is this the wrong way? Did it work?
So are we really just scientists at the end of the day?
Yeah, you shush.
I think that's just what we are.
Science artists?
Science artists.
Yeah.
Sci artists.
That
wanna-
sounds like a TV show.
It does.
I want to start doing more destructive testing.
Oh.
Hear it, and I
I think
actually
we need to
talked
do some
about
of
that
that.
last
Yes.
Saturday, didn't we,
Let's
Darwin?
put-
Yes, we did.
Yeah, in fact, we actually talked that, so one of the things we talked about that might be fun is this September, the deck is going to be completely redone. So
Yes.
Oh,
and
wow.
to save some of the money, the contractor said, well, you guys can save a couple $1,000s if you do the destruction yourself.
Fuck yeah. Did you get to
And-
destroy stuff?
And, right, and I was like, say no more. And so one of the things Kieran and I talked about last Saturday when we went out for our weekly meeting was what if we figured out what kind of blade we wanted to use and then made it and then took the deck down with it.
I'm bringing my bookery.
I think that would be fantastic.
I'm
I would
ready.
probably do
So-
something a lot like this. To
Yes,
save the time.
well, that's the thing we talked about. So, what are the requirements?
Yeah.
It needs to have a lot of kinetic energy to it. It needs to be able to be retained. It needs to be able to be used like a
to not break.
to
when you
be
hit.
used like a pry bar,
Right.
you know, and a choppy chop and
Right.
all of this other stuff. And if we break it, then we get to look at the the grain structure and
Exactly.
what was do some failure analysis and
Yeah.
such. But
What
how
else?
fun would that be during the summer to design the blade that you want to destroy your deck with at the end of summer?
Hey.
And then, for science and social media, destroy the deck
For
with it,
science
or
it is
destroy
for
the
science.
blade with the deck.
Right.
I'm interested.
Yeah, let's do that.
What
That'd be
is the
fun.
most destructive blade? Not an axe. But it's an axe, not a blade, right?
It's probably as far as pure utility
Kinetic-wise,
goes,
Yeah.
it's an axe because otherwise, like, what is it? Who are the people that cut down trees? Lumberjacks.
Lumberjacks.
Lumberjacks would use
Paul Bunyan's.
big blades
Big
and not
blades,
axes,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but
But we have to cross.
I'm gonna make a big knife.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, that's the thing though. We have to kind of look at how we're going to use it. We're going to need to pry.
Yep.
We're probably not going to need to stab a whole lot.
Nope.
But we're going to need to chop. I'm thinking like something along the lines of like one of the competition chopper
Right.
geometry.
Chompers.
Chompers, yes.
Chompers.
That's right, the chomper. Now I feel like Schoolhouse Rock.
I would
Yes.
I would put my Forged and Fireblade up to that task.
Okay.
man.
I'm,
I would-
I'm thinking bookery thickness.
I
I want to
would-
get I'm thinking some 1/4 inch stock.
Well,
ADCRV2 tempered for bushcraft.
Wait,
I-
1/4 inch stock?
1/4 inch
that's
stock,
what this
baby.
is.
I
1/4 inch stock.
think maybe 1/4 inch is a little extreme.
I
Maybe
love
for
it.
you if you can't handle it, but
Hey, shots fired.
How many?
I'll tell you what. You know what?
How
If we
thin
I
is
was
use
gonna
it-
make a really
can
bad
put
joke
pins
about
in
being
there.
in a school
You can-
zone,
you
and
can
I
put
am not
40
gonna.
Okay. 40
I'm
pins.
only gonna put. Wait. 1, 2.
That way you can balance the weight of the blade with your pins.
Some of us only use 3.
17 pins. 17 pins.
Holy cow.
I'm not sure that's enough for you.
I'm gonna have to bring the
I
bookery
expected more.
to that adventure. I plan on doing some light camping this summer actually, and so I'm gonna actually be able to bring this out.
Hey,
Shall we do
cool.
like a Kydex sheath for it?
Ooh.
Yes.
By the way, Josh Ingersoll, a guy I work with, who also does metalworking on the side.
He hooked
machinist.
up his jigs. Yeah, he did
Yeah.
the jigs, right?
Yep.
Ah.
He built me an amazing Kydex press, so now I can do up to like 27-inch.
Wait, he built your press?
Yeah. Yeah.
The press you use? That's what.
Well, he
built
built
that?
me the frame for it, and
Okay.
the press it sits inside it, and then it
Yeah.
clamps it down really evenly. Dan and I were
I did not
able
know
to.
I was on the kitchen counter last
He was
night,
funny.
pressing those things
I didn't
down.
know you did
I was
that.
on one side, he was on the other,
Yeah.
and we got Nick's sheets pressed
Yeah.
out finally last night.
Oh, that's cool.
First try.
First try,
First
even?
try.
Holy
Didn't have
cow,
to
dude.
didn't have to re-soften the Kydex at all.
Oh, yeah, man.
So that was awesome.
I would have poured a bourbon right there after that. Like, first try?
I might have.
Oh, man.
No, wait.
Mhm.
I had my daughter make me
Yeah, man. I would
our
have
vodka drink because we were out of bourbon drinks.
I would have set it up right there.
But yeah, so I think that'd be a riot.
You should have saw me the first time I changed my guitar strings on my own. I was singing. I was like, oh my god, I did it! And I didn't ruin it!
I'm always afraid of strings breaking. So like
See?
for a long time I was like,
Yeah, you don't know fear until you've had a guitar string that you're tightening either unwind itself or snap while you're using it and just whip right by your face.
I would imagine it's similar to a belt splitting on your right.
Yes.
right?
Yes, it is.
Scott is probably fairly familiar with how many belts he's shredded.
He's the
what is up
killer
with
of belts,
that,
man.
Scott? What is up with you and your shredding of the belts? That's what I'm.
He heard they were
So-
consumable, and he wants to prove them right.
You know what it is.
So-
Testing durability.
So
I think it's just the percentage of time that you spend grinding bevels.
Yeah. So speaking of things flipping around and beating you to death with them, I did a blade for the movie The Dictator.
Did you?
Many years ago. And they wanted something that looked very aged.
Yeah.
And so I was researching online ways to age and fade leather and things like that. You know, things that were brought up were like dragging behind your car for a while, or
Jesus.
Right.
dipping it in old mortar
I've heard
oil
of people do that with
and-
their black belts.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
drag
Oh,
them behind
really?
their car to make
Yeah,
them
yeah.
look all
Dude,
weathered and torn
my
and
black
stuff.
belt still looks like new.
Mine
Yeah.
does too. Right.
But I was actually trying to buff out and burnish the edges on the strap for the cross carry, the almost like a guitar strap.
Yeah.
And it caught in the buffer.
Oh.
Oh.
And before I even had a chance, it was like,
Oh.
I had tiger stripes.
That makes my heart jump. I'm telling you, man. Was it that buffer that's down there now?
No, it was the Mild Grizzly buffer,
Oh,
which was
really?
turning at half the speed.
Oh.
Right. Yeah, I thought to myself, that thing, you get anything caught that's attached to you.
So-
It's going.
My old buffer
Right.
turned at
You go to face
1740
first.
RPM. The one that I have currently turns at 3400
Holy
RPM. So it would
cow.
not have been a whip, it would have been a weed whip.
Yeah, man.
Did you want to oil that?
Oh, thank you.
This thing, if we press a leather Kydex sheath for it, that thing is going to have so much definition.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, we should definitely do that.
Ed says, sorry, couldn't make it. Just wiped out from work today. Came home, fell asleep,
Oh, no.
and just woke up.
No worries, Ed. We'll get you over here to hang out with us and talk leather and steel sometime.
Yeah.
And we'd love to have you over.
Ed is from Cinder Rose Leather, by
Yep.
the way.
Speaking of which, this is one of the amazing sheaths that he has done for me. And Ed, this is actually Ed is the guy who's going to be doing the sheaths for this twin Golok commission that I just got in. So he does amazing work, and I can't wait to get the blades done to him. And then,
Hey, you're very welcome, sir.
So yeah,
Do you have anything else you need oil with on there?
that seems kind of personal.
I was going to say, I'm going to leave that one
You guys need a
alone.
moment? Or, I
Yeah,
can
you
step
remember when we
up.
designed this?
Oh shit, yeah.
Elvis Fighter.
What is that? Oh my god,
That
looks
needs
pretty
pants,
cool.
Okay, we can do that.
That looks like a dagger you'd see in Dune or something.
Right? It does kind of give off that kind
Right?
of vibe. man.
Yes.
It gives-
Mirror blade, chip and break.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god. And then that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
That was gotta be for a scrap from the boot
It was a
crate.
scrap. Yeah.
Yeah, so this was actually a piece that came up when we rough cut the boot crate. So this thing, if you don't get hit by the edge of the point, it'll beat you to
Yeah.
death with the spine. But he did a full distal taper on this bad boy.
Because I think we were talking about doing a bigger one.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
marrying the two together on the thing.
Kind of
at
like
one
I did
point.
with
Yeah.
the Neodwarf set.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I got the proof of concept
Yep,
sled.
that is the first sled
The
I ever
very
made.
first sled ever made.
Now my black belts get that.
That's the one I forgot to bring, and I'm so bummed I forgot
call
to
it
bring.
Jade.
Is the karambit that you made for
I'm
me.
okay with the fact that you didn't.
I'm not okay with the fact that he said karambit.
Karambit.
I just forgot to
How
grab it
Midwestern
before I
of you.
left. I'm so pissed.
I'm not gonna
Why
die.
don't you go make yourself a quesadilla? That's what you sound like, Dan.
Why don't you go get yourself a
Quesadilla.
I want a Vegeta.
Fajita. Yes.
Do you say Detroit or Detroit?
Ooh, Detroit. Or you said Detroit?
Is that like Versailles versus Versailles?
Oh my God.
Oh, the other
It's-
thing I did with this,
Oh man, we just
I got a
drove through
mirror
Cairo.
polish on
It's
the
Cairo.
sharpening bubble. I don't know if the camera can pick it up or not.
What now?
Yeah, I got a mirror polish on the sharpening bubble.
You're a mirror polish.
I mean, it looks really shiny. It won't focus on it.
Yeah, because
why
it's
that-
too
yeah,
shiny.
Yeah, it's too shiny.
It's too shiny, that's why. So it's the first,
boy.
actually it's one of the first knives I did a mirror
So,
polish on.
so Dan, what is a blade that you haven't made yet that you really, really want to?
I really, really want to make a Japanese kitchen knife.
Ooh.
Like a Santoku or
So I just don't remember what it's called. There's
sushi
one
knife,
that's
or-
got a a drop point to it, and it's it's a straight back with a drop point
Mhm.
Yeah.
and a slight.
A drop or a clip?
It's a drop.
Oh, it's a drop.
Okay, so it's a swoop, not a
I think
chop.
that's a
Well,
Santoku, isn't it?
What's the difference between
a
like?
Santoku has a hoof.
Oh, it does have
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
it's curved.
curved. Yeah,
Yep.
it's curved, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah, but drop point. So this would be a drop point.
Yeah.
Okay, It is a clip, but it's not like a Bowie clip.
No, is it just like a straight clip?
Yes.
That would be more like a Santuko.
Okay. So yeah, but the real trick is in the handle attachment,
I gotta look at these.
because traditionally it is.
I was gonna say look that up because now I'm trying to. Because the Santoku has the sheep's foot.
Yeah.
It's a hidden tank traditionally,
Okay,
maybe this is
okay.
right? So I'm thinking about doing maybe a hidden tang or something like that, but I want to do a more traditional Japanese.
And
Is
you
this
guys do like the
one you're
octagon?
more interested?
Yes, that's the one.
Okay.
Let me see.
So that,
Wait, there's
it's-
an ad.
Ah, dirty. I don't want your. This is a family show.
Y'all have been swearing nonstop anyways, so we're past that
Okay, I
point.
see it. Yeah, so
That's
I've
the
seen Santukos that have the sheep's foot with the curve, and I've also seen them more like a
What is
clip.
that design?
I
But it seems to be a
mean,
generic
I don't.
kind of term.
I don't know that I is
And
that
it might
did
have
they
a
call that a
different specific name.
Santoku?
I didn't
Because the
even look at
Santoku
That's not a
is
Santoku
No.
at all.
No.
It's a different.
I don't know what that one is.
Kiritsuki.
Kiritsuki.
Kiritsuki is
Oh, God.
So I want to
is
make a
this one
Kiritsuki.
a
'Cause when you were
Santoku
describing
has
it,
the
that was
hoof.
the blade I
Okay.
saw,
Yeah,
but
or
I-
the sheep's foot
I
for
didn't know
the.
the name of it. So I was like, oh.
I don't know anything, or I don't know many things, but that is one thing I do know is my kitchen knives.
Right. I kind of figured actually you've been one of my
What do you mean?
testers. I've been doing iterations.
I've
Yeah,
never-
I've seen the ones that you've done with the really thin steel. Yeah.
And I've gone through probably 3 or 4 iterations of the kitchen knife, and I'm gonna do a full tang. That's gonna be my first one. But
So you're
really,
doing the hidden thing with the octagonal handle and.
that is the ultimate goal.
Oh,
I
wow.
would say that would be the
Tang.
8-side fence and all that.
Yep,
yeah,
I want to
yeah.
do that.
8-foot fence, yeah.
That is the ultimate goal, but I also am
What
trying
thickness?
to perfect the design as far as thickness and
Okay.
things like that. So my plan next is to use what is it, 332nd?
Okay, yep.
Yeah, use
Yep.
332nd, which is
52-100.
52-100, exactly. So I'm gonna try it. I'm working on my next version of my design. Deb and Al have already seen it. I'm gonna make the handle a little bit bigger.
Okay.
But I actually think.
How
oh my
long of a
God.
handle are you thinking right now?
It's in here. I have it in my bag.
Hey, I
Aaron
wanna see
Oh
it.
boy. Show and
Silva.
Show us
No,
that
this is a
guy.
different one.
Oh, okay.
Aaron.
That's okay. This was my next one.
Okay.
More of a
That's
chef's
chef knife.
knife.
Yeah, that's still a chef knife.
Yeah, chef's knife.
Okay. You might want to fold that out though. Yeah. Okay.
More
okay.
traditional chef's knife.
And you guys show the
And
camera that too.
Yeah.
A little bit
bigger,
bigger,
maybe
yeah.
like a quarter or half.
Longer
inch.
or thicker?
See, if that were a hobbit, that'd be
Longer.
standard.
You're good.
Longer. Yep. And I'm considering making the blade part longer, but I don't know.
I mean, I'll never be upset with a longer blade.
No?
I don't think the ladies will complain
Okay. Well, you know me. I'm not wanting for ladies to
either.
So, Wallace, what is the blade that you would like to make next?
Okay, I've been really interested in doing something period-esque. And so, I was talking about it in the last line, but like my ancestors, obviously, because I'm black, I'm from Africa, Bane and Togo and a bunch of other stuff, right? So, I want to use Bane and Togo, Mali, and there's some other nations where like my people came from.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I was actually looking at their blades. So, I want to do something oriented to that. I thought about doing
That's
a spear.
such a cool idea.
But I thought about doing a spear initially, but I think I would do a blade first.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then when I feel like I'm like, all right, we're back in it. I'll buy the steel to make the.
Well, find some designs. Let's
Yeah.
putting a template together. I'd
Because
love to do that.
I looked at some initial kind of designs and stuff, and I have noticed that like their spears at least they're not very big. So like that billet has to be like 2.5, 2 inches for both of them, like the counterweight and the actual thing. So like it's already stock at pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
So, shouldn't be that expensive.
Fine.
to find anyway.
Find
I don't think
some-
I'm gonna do it in Damascus. I think I'm just gonna do. Well, I could.
Oh, yeah. Just go find some designs that you want to start playing with, and you start drawing, and we'll get something templated out.
Yeah.
And we'll get going.
Cause like we don't have anything like that in my family, and I think it would be like kind of a cool heirloom. Cause like we all did that ancestry thing, and so my mom was super hype about it.
Yeah.
So when I finish it, like I'm not gonna keep it at my place. I'm probably just gonna give it to them.
The
Just
Wallace blade.
Yeah. Because like when you go over there's so many photos of us up. Like the first thing I said to my mom was like, "Man, it looks like we died here." I'm like, there's like just photos everywhere. But like I think it would be, and they got some of my ninja stuff there, like my black belt stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it would just be really dope for them to like walk in my parents' place and see that spear hanging up somewhere.
That is a very
That would be pretty
cool
dope.
kind of family heirloom kind
Yeah.
of thing, you know?
One of the things that Tasha's talked about is wanting to have us do kind of the family blade, and have a cross set of blades that we put over the fireplace or something like that, almost like a coat of arms type thing.
Yeah.
Sort of like our tribal edge thing, but
Exactly, but they have to be live and they have to be able to kill zombies.
Exactly.
So we can't just have like a prop. We have to have a real blade.
Well, we still don't even know what timeline we're in right now. I feel like it keeps changing. So we just
we're in the Firefly timeline. Leave me alone. We're in the Firefly timeline. I'm gonna don't ruin my delusion.
I don't know, but it's getting pretty close to them.
Yeah, but so that's cool. I love that
Anyhow,
idea.
everyone.
I still think we're in the Star Trek timeline myself.
Ooh,
I just want to be in Star Wars timeline.
you just want to be Kirk. That's just what
Oh no, we won't make it to Kirk.
And somehow we roundabout it
Yeah,
back
that's
to
bad
nerd
news next
stuff.
up.
no.
The riot's starting.
The nerd is taking over. The nerd is taking over.
We've all gone for full circle, by the way. Back to nerd.
It all begins with a nerd and ends with a nerd. Yeah.
It's too
So-
it's too bad there's no blades in that movie, The Nerds, because that would be like a dope blade to actually
Revenge of the Nerds.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Are there no blades in that?
I don't think so.
Actually, was it how many Revenge of the Nerds did they do?
I think it was 3.
3. So Nerds 4 would be the blade.
They only did 3 of those.
Oh yeah. But you gotta think at that time
I think the
period,
third one was
right?
even
Wasn't
made
like
for
Animal
TV.
House and all
Yeah,
that stuff?
but like, how many police academies did they do?
Oh, is
Too
there
many.
6 of them or
Like
something?
Up there with
Yeah.
Rocky number.
Yeah.
There was a lot of those. Naked Gun.
Yeah.
She was the one that said, "Hey guys, you should super nerd out."
Yep.
That's
she said-
definitely what I
She
said.
told us that before we started.
That's right. She said, "Right now,
Let's rewind that to the first live and like definitely record me saying that.
I'm talking more.
Well, I was gonna argue, but no, I can't. You are talking more. Yeah, I'm actually gonna try. I'm looking at actually reached out to Baker Forge, and I'm looking at getting a couple of copper mascus or copper billets to experiment with. It's not so much. It's not so much a specific blade design that I want to try. Is I want to try working with copper mascus and see how that that works, because that's I'm guessing that's going to be a whole different process.
Well, it'd be interesting to see how like it heats against the belt, things
Mhm.
like that. Does it increase
Copper
or decrease its
heats so fast.
Right, it has
Yeah.
super high conductivity, right?
Yeah.
So that heat
So,
is going
like,
to transfer fast, which means
When I was
we'll have to be a lot more.
It's not gonna mess up anything?
when I was doing
Oh,
the
wow.
copper pins on Brian Wedrow's last commission, I made the mistake of having my thumb over one of the pins when I was flattening the handles. And normally with brass, I think I intuitively know that I have a couple
Come
seconds
on.
or whatever.
Right.
And
Oh.
I didn't have that time. I just didn't put a blister on my thumb.
Yep, that heat goes right through.
So
that.
I'm curious to see if I have to change some of the
That looks
things
pretty
I have to
cool.
do.
That's what you're gonna do?
Yeah, copper mine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You wanna show the camera for me?
So this says it's 1084, nickel, copper, and 1020. I don't know if that's.
Yeah, and
Well,
so
it's a tin
interesting.
steel.
and so like
Yeah.
like QMI a lot of times is like kind of like Gomai, which is like 5 layers. So they'll have a core for your edge retention, some copper in between,
So that's
and then they'll
what's-
clad that in like 15 and 20 or some other metal.
Mhm.
I've also seen it done with where they've actually done like a high carbon core, copper, and then like they'll clad it in Damascus even.
Ooh.
And that's some sexy
That's
shit right
that
there.
seems like it's good.
Sounds like
soup,
something
baby.
Ben would do on Fortune Fire.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and I was just thinking to myself, what did they say? It was 1075 and 1090.
This one they said 10.
1084, wasn't it?
They did. Well, this one says 1084 nickel, copper, and 1020.
Oh, nickel and copper and 1020.
1020 would be a really
So-
lower carbon.
Right. If I'm not like the in the 10 series, the last two numbers represent the
Carbon,
percent
yeah.
carbon.
Yeah.
It's like 0.95 or 0.84.
Right. So I wonder if the etch comes out differently for
Those-
such an extreme difference
No.
from 80 to 20.
Well, and
or
that's one of the
85.
things. Like even when you're looking at any of those, like
Did you see that?
forge welding, you have to keep in mind like what's your outcome, what do you want to be
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
So like that's one of the reasons like a lot of the most
Wow.
popular Damascus recipes are 15 and 20 and 10 series because they have very similar expansion contraction
Yeah,
rates.
those are
So you're not going to end up with a big, curved
Right.
thing when you're heat treating. And the 10 series will etch much darker than the 15 and 20 because of the nickel, which resists the etching more.
Yeah.
And so you've got that. That's what shows the layers. You could forge weld Damascus out of 1084, 1084, and 1084, but it's going to look a lot more like mono
Mono
steel.
steel.
Right.
at the
I
end.
mean, yeah, because
So you-
the act
yeah.
of forging is by definition makes it mono steel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yeah.
you're really
And-
taking three pieces and you're
making it one.
You're
Yeah,
making
yeah.
it one.
Well, and the
Yeah.
higher the layers, a lot of times once you get past a certain point, the less activity you're going to get in the etch. So that's another reason that like if you want to have a lot of activity, typically keep it like 416 is like the most I typically will use because I want that activity. The higher you get, the more homogeneous it tends to look.
Okay.
Like the lower the layer count, the more vivid the difference.
Right. I mean, if you
So-
just like think of a stew that you either mix up really well or don't mix up very well at all.
Yeah.
If you mix it up really, really, really well, it's pretty homogeneous.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Look at me.
Big word for the day.
Big word
I'm
for
proud
the
of
How
you.
many points do I get?
18?
18
How many-
points.
How many points do we have here?
Let's count them up.
That's right. Okay, so we got a couple of minutes left. If you guys have any other questions for us or comments, things that we can talk to, anything like that, let us know. We're happy to keep going for a little bit.
Well, do we have any like events coming up or
Oh, good call.
anything like that? Maybe.
I want to say that we have stuff in June.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead and open the family calendar. Pin to do. Couple of shout outs. Ed Willie 222 for
That's
the
my
YouTube.
channel.
Hey.
Our YouTube channel and our Facebook are both Tribal Edge BBC, at Tribal Edge BBC. The Instagram is tribal_edge. Please go out and subscribe to the YouTube. We're just about halfway. I think we're like 23 or 24 followers right now. We need 50 to be able to go live. So please, 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 if you can, go out, like, subscribe, watch some videos. Even just a couple of minutes of a couple of videos is incredibly helpful to push us out into, you know.
So we can start doing lives.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Yeah, it looks like our next show is Saturday, June 7th in
South Bend.
St. Joseph County 4-H in South Bend, Indiana.
4-H shows are always good.
Oh my God, those guys are
Oh, is
amazing.
it the horse show?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yep,
Okay.
Yep.
Yep, and then after that, I'm looking on that calendar.
June and Out of the Barn, I believe, is Jennison also with
Yeah,
Out of the
there's
Barn.
the river, was it river, not river?
Jennison, that's the park that I sent
Yeah,
you the
yeah.
video of. And then there is Georgetown Summer on Ice, which is in July, I believe.
Yep.
Summer on ice. What?
Yeah, it's at an ice arena. That's
Okay,
why.
That makes more sense.
So we have 2 Out of the Barn events,
Phone's
and
not
then
cooperating.
we have, and I'd look it up on my phone, but
Yeah, no, but you were using your phone.
I'm currently
so I get
using
that
it, yeah.
totally. Yeah, so we've got,
Excuses.
we're
Excuses.
still waiting to hear back from Vassar, but that's also in July.
yeah, that we
But,
probably won't hear back from because Ren fairs are
George-
wonderful. They love to
Georgetown,
not let you
Out
know
of the
right
Barn
back
is the
away,
ninth.
right away. They have you 2 weeks before the show. They send you an acceptance letter.
Why are you not
That's
here?
yeah.
Avita!
I'm gonna
Sorry,
close that door.
Yeah,
You
the
take
dog
that,
is,
please.
giving
Thank
us
you.
early warning system.
She just missed.
store.
That's what
Yep. So yeah, we got the Vassar Red
Missing
Fair,
her,
which is
baby.
a hit or miss, and then July 19th we've got Out of the Barn Georgetown Ice Arena. That's a 2-day.
Ooh.
So those are the next ones coming
July
up. Is in,
19th?
yep. So June 7th is our next one, and if
Okay.
you're in the area, come say hi. We'll be posting more information about it. Oh, by the way, too, we had
Thank you.
the other blade like this that was in Damascus that we had you ask. We asked everyone about the handles, and the ice blue and white
With the
honeycomb,
honeycomb.
is what we're going to be doing for those, and we're going to be putting some royal blue liners on that as well. So that's going to be a sexy blade in that sense. So thank you for voting on that. We really appreciate it.
Indeed.
Did they ever come to any sort of conclusion? Did Brian ever come to any conclusion about what his pin situation was going to be like?
I have not heard from him on that.
I believe that the most voted was actually the one that he
Oh, yeah.
wanted to do.
I think so too.
I think the
I-
third
like
one.
the tag or whatever.
That's not the mosaic pin. It was the
Oh,
placement
it was the
of the
placement.
pin.
Oh, gotcha.
I had
gotcha.
you and Dan
Yes.
and Brian all
Yeah,
draw that
yeah,
up, and I'm
that's
pretty
right.
sure there were 3
I
that.
think his ended up being something like this.
I think it was the coffin grip with.
I think
the,
I think he had 2. He didn't have a a lanyard tube,
No,
but
no,
he
the
did have the
mosaic.
mosaic
I
pin.
think it was the coffin nails and the mosaic. Wasn't
I
it?
think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was it too. It was the
Ah, the coffin nails.
too.
I see. That's cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that'd
I
look
think it's
good.
gonna look great.
And I'm gonna have fun watching him do it.
He's come a long way.
I am
He's come a
too.
long way in his blade design.
Yes, he has.
His confidence as well.
He's
Yeah.
practiced a lot. You know,
Mhm.
what is it? One of the things that I heard a long time ago was that repetition breeds confidence, and confidence breeds success.
That makes sense.
So sometimes to get good at something, you just have to do it a bunch.
Well, and
You know?
I just recently saw a post from him too on Facebook. Wish you were here, Brian.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get to see this. But it was showing his projects. I remember when he first posted, there was only 1 blade.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's got like 4 blades going that he's working on, different sizes and shapes. One of the things we told him was make blades.
Right.
And he's doing that.
Doesn't
And,
matter what you do with them.
One
Just
of
make
the
'em.
years that we went down to our
Tennessee?
Tennessee for Ninja
Wow.
Camp, that we always try and do a T-shirt with different saying, and one of the sayings seems apropos across not just blades or martial arts,
Mm.
but just over life, and that is things don't get easier, you just get better.
Very true. Seems easier. But you've seen this movie.
Things get easier.
Well, it seems easier, but you've seen
Think
the
so.
movie before, right? So
That's
you know
right.
what's going on.
Meanwhile, Murphy's going, hold my beer.
Yup.
It's so funny. The other night,
I'm gonna hold my bourbon.
I was thinking of how different my life. That my life isn't that much different than an '80s sitcom, really.
Oh my god. I'm not mad at that.
Some episodes are like all heavy and dramatic, and some episodes are fun and funny, and you know, I can just see it now.
Well, guys.
Maybe all our lives are
Maybe
just
all our lives
an
like
easy
that.
one, right?
We've been living our own Truman Show this whole time.
It's true.
It's all about the product placement.
All about the product placement. You know, the larceny.
Like Dad directly behind the sign directly behind Dad.
Ah, yes.
Product placement.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, and I got student
Also
loans.
product placement.
I got student loans, by the way. So you can get your lap dances, the $20. Find me online, bbcwallyg@mail.com. Get at me. My management will take care of everything.
Do you take knives in trade?
I do it. Let me just point you this way, big guy.
The intensive care bear strikes.
Intensive care bear strikes.
Oh, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We just love hanging around, talking, and interacting with you. If there's anything
This
you-
is not a whole lot different than what we do all
No,
the
it's
time
not.
anyway, so really
Yeah,
just
yeah.
It's a bit more nerd things.
Yep.
Now
Here we
you
just
should
call
get
them
more knives.
conversations.
right.
Here we just call them conversations.
If there's any topic you'd like us to talk on and see if we can't beat to death,
Mm-hmm.
please let us know in the comments or reach out over IM. Yeah, we'll be here on the off weeks and really enjoying doing this. So on the weeks we aren't in the shop, we'll be out here drinking bourbon and talking sharp pointy things
Mm-hmm.
and other things.
I can confidently say
Nothing, we'll talk nothing but knives.
Yeah.
the conversations I have here, I have nowhere else.
No, that is true. That is true.
All right, guys. So
Well, real quick before
Yeah,
we go through everybody, custom gravers.
okay, all right, we'll do it. You're right. You're absolutely right. So shout out to Custom Engravers. They are the people that do our laser etching for our maker's marks as well as any artwork. They're amazing people. They also were the ones who supplied us with these and the banner, actually.
Oh yeah.
We have Cinder Rose Leather, who does all of my leather work now for my sheets since my eyes are too bad to do the drilling and hand stitching.
Oh wow. They did this?
Yeah, they did.
Man, that's stitching.
Yeah, he even did the dye job on the leather to
He did
kind of
that
match
too?
the handles. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, the feathering on the handles. Yep. And we also have
Alabama Damascus.
Alabama Damascus. Obviously, I don't
This
have any
guy.
up here. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy.
This
He
guy,
works
yeah.
with them all the time. I know them by name. He literally knows these people
Yeah.
and these companies.
I am
Like,
not sure what we're doing right
Yeah, Phoenix Abrasives also. Gonna be sending another order because we just keep
Yeah.
killing those belts. Dan, I can't
Well,
give Dan nice things because
It's not even really Dan belts.
You
It's
shush.
Santa Claus, man.
You just shush.
now.
You can't put everything on. You can't put that on, man.
Yeah. Right,
This is the
yeah.
one.
That's
Yeah,
Santa
yeah.
Claus.
And by the way, Custom Engravers, we are working on getting your banner up. We have to ship all the banners around because we want to make sure that we have space for everybody. And we do. We just I got to do a little remodeling
Little
clean there.
remodel.
So we'll get it up. And
and then of course,
Yep, Muskoka Turner,
oh yeah,
who does all the handles and
Yeah.
the beautiful things we see.
Thanks, John.
Yep. And
Love you, buddy.
yeah, I just got an order in from him, and man, I got some good stuff in there.
He needs a website. He can just call it woodporn.com.
I know, right? We always joke about it. He's Woodhub.
Yeah, Woodhub.
Woodhub.
Yes, that's it. Hey, man, I'll get
And
you.
the other day, he just bombed me with like 30 videos of
I
wood.
think
See?
he
He needs a Canadian server.
that
That's it.
URL is already taken. I can guarantee it.
Yeah, I'll get like a bunch of videos. Ping, 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 and then
Right.
hee hee hee.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I
Yeah.
hate you, and I love you.
This stuff is so
Yeah.
cool. Like,
I bought 5 billets of Damascus from Alabama
Did ya?
Damascus because I kept bidding on stuff I wanted, thinking somebody's gonna outbid me, and then they
You
didn't,
won.
and
How's
I
the
won,
shipping?
and then what's that?
How's the shipping?
I-
Pretty fast?
It's like lightning fast, dude. Lightning
Yeah,
fast.
Lacey's really good.
Um,
He's good to work with.
And it's like a little present in the mail. But then I see another one that is like, if you bid this number, you just win it, right? And I'm like, that is really beautiful. I want Damascus right now. And my fingers lose control of themselves. So, yeah.
Can you unlock that for me real quick?
And finally, last but not least, Larceny. We want to hear from you. We'd love to hear from you.
Larceny. Thank
I
you.
can't believe I did that.
All
Dry
right.
today.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Can't wait to talk to y'all again. Next time we'll see you in the shop, all right? So
Yeah.
until then, stay bladed.
Stay bladed.
Stay bladed.